One space. Muting.
Hey, this is Skylar, and I'm going to tell you about childish interest. Now, if you are new to my channel, I always like to kind of bring people into the loop. I'm completely blind, I'm autistic, and I have a chronic heart condition. Well, I've always had kind of infantile interest as far back as I can remember. And a lot of people who have my type of autism kind of report similar symptoms. I have Asperger syndrome to be exact. Now, as far as I can remember, I've had kind of infantile interest. And I'm not saying this to be rude, I'm just saying it because it's true. When I was 11, I was hooked on words that started with the letter Z. That Z as in Zulu. Now, there was a word that I did not like that started with Z, and it's kind of, I just did not like it. I'll put a link to it down in the description as far as the word itself, because I don't like saying it. It's German for twice baked, and it's a bread that people give babies when they're teething. I don't like the sound of that Z word. Anyways, well, even though I didn't like the sound of it, I wanted to give it, the actual bread, a chance. I did, and it was totally Slayer. Gerber used to make it in my, when I was like 11 years old when I started trying it. It was made by Gerber. I don't think they make it anymore, but, yeah. The best I could describe the taste is that it was like cinnamon toast with rigor mortis. I mean, like, have you ever had cinnamon toast that's kind of stiff? Not burnt to a crisp, not like black, but kind of like a little bit stiffer than normal, I guess. Crunchier, I guess you would say. And maybe without so much sugar. That's the best I can explain the taste. Now, the texture of this bread, this is a real bread. Again, I'll post a link to the word in the description because I don't like saying it. The bread itself, the texture was a little bit more like Melba toast. Kind of, it was very, very, very crunchy. Like a crouton or like Melba. I loved it. Even though I didn't really like the name. When I was 15, I was totally obsessed with the song Pop Goes the Weasel. Every American should know that song. Now, I saved up my money because I was at school and I was working at Goodwill, and I would save up my money throughout the year. Okay, now at the end of the year, I had a whole lot of money. I don't remember how much I had, but it wasn't $100, so I saved up my money, and at the end of the year, before the summer, I bought a Jack in the Box. Not the restaurant, but the toy. It was by Schilling. If anybody knows the company Schilling, you know, hi. This Jack in the Box, I don't actually have it now, or I'd show it to you. It had a jester, and when you would turn the crank, it would sing "Pop Goes the Weasel," and the jester would come out at the pop note. It was pretty Slayer. I loved it. Now, I'm also a fan of like children's tapes, or not, well, I guess now CDs and apps now, but if you'll look at my video about stew hoop tape and how to have a campfire party, I might put that in the description too. There's a specific company of children's tapes that I like. It's called We Sing, WEE space SING. They are like totally, and one of the things that I like them is that I have 5 We Sing CDs, and all of them have like at least 2 or 3 Christian songs on them. I'm a Christian, so Slaya. Now, speaking of Christian, I also tend to like kids' church a little bit better than adults' church. I'm not downing. I'm not trying to down anybody's church. A church is a church, but I like the kids' church messages a lot better than I like the adult, because in the kids' church messages, they allow you to be silly while still learning the Word of God. So you get to be silly and learn about God at the same time. The other reason I like kids' churches is because kids' churches tend to either omit, sugarcoat, or maybe not visit as much the excruciating subjects of church that I do not like. I don't like churches that talk a lot about the devil and stuff like that. I mean, I know it's good to learn, but I just don't like it. And I don't like, there's a certain verb that I do not like. I do not like this word. Sorry, there's a fly in here. This verb kind of, it happened to Jesus before the resurrection and after the arrest. And it ends in the letters FY. And it has to do with the cross. I do not like this verb. It brings me pain when I hear it. Like, literally, when I hear it, I feel like I'm being punched in the upper abdominal region, and it hurts. What I'm saying is kids' churches kind of tend to stay away from the excruciating subjects. Well, maybe not stay away from, but they kind of tend to dance delicately around those subjects. Or they tend to omit them, I guess. What I'm saying is that they're just not as harsh as adult church services can kind of be a little bit harsh and a little excruciating with those 2 subjects. So, I'm sorry, I just went off on a tangent there, but yeah, I'm a Christian. Anyways, so, like, I've always had childish, and, like, if you can, look at my video that I made last year on my puppy soother from Fisher Price, it'll kind of give you a little insight there. And I like to look at, children's songs and stuff like that. I just have very childish interests. I hope that you didn't find this video too offensive, and I hope that maybe I will teach you something. Again, with that word that I don't like, I will put it in the description. So feel free to look there. Thank you, and God bless.